Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we are going to be trying a new product from Iroiro. This product was recommended from you guys. A lot of you wanted to see it, so I went ahead and purchased it. I honestly don't really purchase Iroiro that much anymore because I found their semi-permanent hair color to have a lot of inconsistencies, and when I brought those inconsistencies to the brand, they kind of just played it off like it was nothing, and it just rubbed me the wrong way, so I have not purchased like color to use on myself since then. However, if you guys are interested in seeing something, I will purchase it for you guys. So you guys wanted me to try this, and when I saw this, it really reminded me of something. This is the permanent shampoo. Yes, permanent shampoo. I tried something similar from Temu a while ago. It was very, very fascinating. These retail for $29.99, so it is on the higher end of hair color. It is permanent, and their theory is a little bit different than the other permanent shampoo I used. So basically, you're supposed to use this throughout the weeks, and it's supposed to dye your hair gradually. So you're only supposed to leave it on 2 to 3 minutes, and then rinse it off, and then you continue to use it 2 to 3 times throughout the week, leaving it on 2 to 3 minutes. Right away, it's going to be more of like a gray blending situation, and then the more and more you use it, I guess the darker and more coverage you're going to get. So I bought some gray hair swatches specifically for these dyes. They only have 2 shades right now, brown and black, so obviously I bought both of them. Okay, so the description on the website says, transform your gray. Effortlessly turn gray hair to a natural black or brown shade with our Iroiro Gray Covering Shampoo. Just replace your daily shampoo to gradually diminish gray tones. Simple daily use. Easy application with our unique double dispenser. Simply mix a generous amount in your palms and apply to hair. Leave on dry hair for 3 to 5 minutes before rinsing out. So on the website, under the description and directions, it says 3 to 5 minutes. On the box here, it says 2 to 3 minutes. So there is like a time discrepancy there. I'm glad I looked at the directions online, because if I was just getting this in the mail and just looked at these directions, it says 2 to 3 minutes, which is half the time of 3 to 5 minutes. Like 2 minutes versus 5 minutes is literally double the time. Then it says enhanced hair health, fortified with a proprietary blend of vitamins B3, B5, B7, C, and E. This shampoo promotes stronger, thicker hair. Deep conditioning, contains hydrolyzed oat protein, hydrolyzed extacin, and arginine to condition and soften your hair, making it more manageable. Damage repair, infused with keratin to repair damaged hair and restore manageability. Ideal for rejuvenating hair and maintaining a youthful appearance. And then for like a more descriptive about section, it says, say goodbye to costly and time-consuming hair dye treatments with Iroiro Gray Covering Shampoo. Designed to seamlessly blend into your daily routine, this shampoo offers a straightforward solution to gray hair by gradually changing it to a natural black or brown. Its unique double dispenser ensures easy application. Simply mix on your palm and apply to your dry hair. Let the formula work its magic for just 3 to 5 minutes before rinsing. There is the gist of the product. So the online directions are a little bit different than the packaging directions in terms of timing. It seems like a really cool concept. My only issue I could see is obviously if somebody is naturally gray, you're going to be continuously having new grays come in. Meanwhile, your ends that were gray are going to continuously keep getting the permanent color buildup on them. So I can definitely see this going wrong very quickly. Your ends are just going to start getting darker and darker and darker, and your roots are not going to match your ends, because obviously you've only put shampoo up here once, and these ends down here have been shampooed, countless amount of times. This has a lot of hair dye on them, and it's just going to keep building up and get darker and darker and harder to remove, while up here, these have only been shampooed once. So you're going to have a little bit of blending gray up here, and then your ends are going to be solidly dyed. If you're somebody who just wants to blend your grays and use this occasionally, I think that would be a better method. Just use it to blend your grays like once a month instead of using it like it's recommending multiple times a week until you get that gray coverage. That way your hair maintains a gray blend, and you don't have to worry about your new growth growing in and it being lighter to darker, because that's exactly what's going to happen. As your hair grows in, your ends are going to get darker, your up here is going to be lighter, and it's not going to all be the same. I think it would be great for gray blending as an occasional upkeep, just something you do every once in a while. Let's open one up and look at the dispenser and everything in here. Here it is. I can feel the 2 chambers. There's like a ridge right here. You can feel the 2 different chambers. So basically what's going on is the color is on one side, the developer is on the other side. When you pump it out, there should be 2 different colors. One's probably going to be white, one's going to be like colored substance. you mix them together, and then you're activating the product. So they stay separated in 2 different chambers until you're ready to use them. I love that. I think it's such an innovative and like well thought out idea. That way you're not wasting any extra color. You pump out what you need and the rest is safely sealed in here until you're ready to use it next time. The $30 price point is high, but if you're not using a lot of it, this could last you a really long time. So I do think it's worth the $30 because you're probably going to get a lot of use out of this, especially because it's shampoo. It's going to foam up. You're not going to need as much product. Okay, so that pops up. You can see the dual tip here. There are 2 different things here. So you're going to pump that out. 2 different colors, mix it together and apply it on your hair. All right, now that we know what the component looks like, let's go ahead and set up my second camera angle and we're gonna start swatching. All right, let's go in with the first color, which is that brown shade. I'm gonna go ahead and pump it. I'm gonna pump it into a bowl just to see what we get. Okay, so we see some color. Oh, the developer is clear. So it's clear and this is extremely liquidy. The developer is not thick at all. It's like a true liquid runny consistency. I am going to use a brush to apply these. So I'm just going to mix the color in the bowl. I'm going to give it a smell real quick. Let's see what this smells like. Okay, it smells not very good. It smells like a traditional color. I'm going to mix up the brown and the black in a bowl real quick before we apply. Because we are on a time crunch, this is only supposed to sit for 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to pre-mix them and then we'll apply. Let's go in with this one. As you can see, it's clear. Let's mix that one up. All right, let's go in with the brown swatch. You guys see how liquidy it is? This would be kind of difficult to apply all over your hair with your hands. Honestly, I would probably just pump it directly onto my hair because it's just so runny. I can see this sliding all over the place. All right, let's go in on the gray swatch. It's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time because I'm trying to hustle here. Going in with the black on blonde hair. You guys see how runny this is? I wouldn't call this shampoo. It's literally just like liquid. Oh God, this would just be, I could just see this flinging everywhere when you try and put it on your hair, especially with the time crunch. You could just see this like splattering all over the walls, all over the bathroom, staining areas because it's permanent dye. Like I can see the hot mess occurring in my head right now. All right, let's go in with the gray. At this point, I'm just like dripping it on there because there's really no other good way to do it. I can't imagine you trying to mix this in your hand. Like you have to pump it into your hand and then you have to try and mix it with your hands. I would recommend grabbing a bowl, you guys. Grab a bowl, mix it, and then you can go into the bowl and put it on your hair. I just feel like this is just gonna freaking go everywhere. It's so thin. I wonder why they couldn't have made it just a little bit thicker. I already set my timer after I got done applying the first swatches. We have 3 minutes left. I'm gonna let these sit the remaining 3 minutes and I will be back. We will see what they look like and then we're gonna do another round. Okay, we are back after 5 minutes. Let me show you the swatches. Here they are. So you can see the blonde is like a really pretty ashy mushroomy color. This one does have a little tiny hint of color to it, but really not much. It kind of looks the same. This swatch, I mean, can we talk about the blonde? Putting that black on there for 5 minutes created the most stunning silver shade I have ever seen. It is so reflective and beautiful and it looks very similar to a natural gray hair color. The gray swatch didn't really do anything with the black dye. I have a gray swatch here of what the color looked like before. So here you can see this one is a little bit more brown toned, but not really. I mean, they look pretty similar. Same thing with the black one at the end here. It might have toned it a little bit, took some of the yellowness out, but not really. I was thinking instead of continuously washing these like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply the color halfway down and I'm going to let it sit for 40 minutes because I calculated if you use this shampoo twice a week and you leave it on for 5 minutes each time, that's 8 times you're using the shampoo in 1 month, and the amount of minutes you're leaving it on your hair throughout that time is 40 minutes. There should be no difference in me washing it 8 times for 5 minutes versus me putting it on there and leaving it on for the same amount of time you would have been having it on your hair for the 8 times you did it. I think that's a much better concept. So that's what we're going to be doing. When I rinsed the color off, it was so sudsy and foamy like shampoo, and I could smell it a little bit better. The smell, it kind of smells similar to like Dawn dish soap. So it does have a little bit of a fragrance that you get when you wash the color off. But initially when you're applying the color, you don't smell that as much. But as soon as you start washing that color off, you get the fragrance and it starts sudsing like crazy. crazy. Let's go ahead and apply more of the color halfway down the swatch, and then we're gonna let it sit for 40 minutes and see what happens. I'm gonna pump a couple new pumps of color into the brown. I'm gonna pump a couple new pumps of black. All right, let's go in with the brown on this half. And again, I'm just applying it halfway down. It is so liquidy. I was so worried carrying these to my kitchen that I was gonna drip this on the ground. Make sure and really get it saturated, which isn't that difficult because it's so liquid. Let's go in with the black over here. Apply that halfway down. All right. All right, everything is applied. Now we wait 40 minutes and I will be right back so we can see what happens. And then we're gonna take some bleach and try and bleach the color out of the hair to see if they can lift out or not. All right, you guys, we are back. Let me show you these swatches after letting the color sit. All right, here are what the colors look like. Here is that brown. As you can see, it definitely is brown on the ends here. Here is the brown on gray swatches. It's definitely gray blending. It did not cover the grays. I don't know if you can tell, but there's still some grays peeking through and it blended a little bit. Here is the black. This was on the blonde hair. And then here is the black on the gray strand. Again, gray blending, but it did not cover the gray. So if you're looking for something for coverage, this is definitely not going to be something you would like to use. So here's what it looks like on the gray swatches. Definitely blended the gray, but it did not cover it completely. Let's go in with some lightener and 20 volume. I'm gonna put this halfway down on these swatches and we're gonna see what happens. I feel like it should come out fairly easily just because of how dull the color is. Like, it took 40 minutes of this sitting on the hair for it to actually blend. So I'm curious to see what this is gonna do. I feel like it's gonna come out of the hair pretty easily and it'll lift to like a really nice pale blonde color or maybe like a brassy blonde. I'm gonna let this lightener sit on here like 20 to 30 minutes and I will be right back so we can see what it looks like when you try to remove the color out of the hair. All right, we are back. Let me show you how the color came out of the hair. Okay, here are the swatches. It came out of the hair beautifully without any issue. You guys can see it went right back to a pale yellow color. I figured it would because one, it's permanent color and it seems that permanent color comes out a little bit easier, and also because it is shampoo, so it's diluted a little bit. I do just want to put the original gray swatch up here so you guys can see the two gray swatches and what it looks like next to a swatch that has not been dyed yet. So here you guys can see this is one time for 5 minutes. This is after 40 minutes. So there you can see definitely some gray blending happened right there in the middle. And then here's the black swatch. You can see right there in that middle area, all of the gray blending. So here's what the swatch looked like before. And you can see obviously the ones that were gray didn't lift as well, but if you put this on platinum hair, it does come out. So there's that. I definitely feel like this product can be hit or miss and it might take a little while for you to like know how to use it properly for yourself. I do think it's a cool concept and obviously it works the way it's intended to work. Again, I just think you gotta, trial and error type of situation where you gotta see the fine line of how much deposit you want, how often you need to use it. You just gotta take some time to like get used to the product. But overall, I think it's a really cool idea and I do think it works pretty well. I will leave a link to the permanent Iroiro shampoo in the description down below for you guys. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye.